turn me to a beast. Hope you proud, let me know. You ain't even losing sleep, you just smile, let it go. Gonna be quick to lose your seat. Settle down, watch your tone. I don't wanna hear a beat, not a sound when I'm up. It's a good thing I'm a hustler. Can't let nobody get in between. I'm a hustler, I'ma get to it by any means. I'm a monster, something about it puts me at peace.
Mr. Press here with a quick tutorial on how you, the amateur chartist, can easily triple the efficiency of your charts along with boost your confidence while you're day trading in the markets with minimal effort and one drawing tool. Technical analysis is based solely on using past price action to predict future movement. And as a beginner, one of the first terms that you become aware of is usually support and resistance. But how powerful is a solid support and a solid resistance? Let's take a look. So this is pretty much how I start doing any of my charts. Before I even look for any kind of pattern or entry or any of that, I do one simple thing. I use my price level tool on Thinkorswim, and I just plot any support or resistance line that meets two criteria. A trend line's supposed to touch at least 3 times is what everybody tells you. So as long as you've got your 3 touches, everything's fine. Everyone says this is a trend line, which I mean, it's not, technically it's not wrong, but what I like to do with my own personal style is I like to use price levels to find any, obviously all-time high is worth, it's worth noting. It's a pretty important level. But specifically, I go and look for a support or resistance that has tested at least, 5 or 6 times, not just 3. You want 5, 6, 7, 8 times if possible. And you also, you want to see it act as both support and resistance to give it even more validation. So what I do is I start on the weekly time frame, and I just start highlighting my crosshair over. It's not hard to eyeball a support and resistance, and you can kind of see just right here. Let's see, that's 1 touch, 2 touch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Quite a few touches. You could see this right here is a pivot that gives it even more strength and validity. The fact that it's acted as support and resistance. Um, so you pretty much start with your weekly and you go through all these levels and you make a note. What you do is you pick a color for the weekly chart. So you just edit property. Um, I use baby blue. You don't have to label it with an actual name, but you can do, say weekly on the right. And then you put your value, and boom, you have your level. So you just, do this over and over and over again on the weekly. Find as many of these 6, 7, 8 touches that you can find. Um, and you can always highlight your crosshair over the candles and try to get it as exact as possible. Obviously, it won't be perfect every time, but you just spend 10 minutes on each chart doing this. 10 solid minutes, and then once you think you found all the key levels that you can find on the weekly, you go down to your daily chart. Your daily chart is going to give you a little more data, and then you just do the same exact thing. You look for these levels that are touching 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 3's fine, but eh. And then once you get down to your daily, you pick a separate color. You label it your daily. You can do a different style, different width, doesn't matter, as long as you can differentiate with color that it's a different significance. Because the thing is, once you start plotting all these levels, weekly, daily, you'll start to see that one resistance or support might have more power or strength. You know, weekly support is always going to hold stronger than just a daily time frame, 4 hour, 15-minute. So you do this over and over and over again. And for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna delete these. And your end result should look something like this. And some of you might just be looking at this and saying, okay, well, this is just, this is whatever. It's just a lot of lines, a lot of clutter. But the secret to this is you don't really do this on your intraday charts. Um, that's where you, as an options trader, you kind of leave that kind of noise out. Even just buying common stock. The power is once you go into your intraday 30-minute charts, not only do the levels start spacing away once you start looking deeper into the time frames, but look how these levels work, man. You've got a near perfect bounce right here. You've got a push into a weekly. My blue line is weekly, pink is daily. You've got to push into the weekly level right here after an extended move up. And what immediately happens? You pull back. What happens once price gets above this level? It kind of shoots back up. Is it going to be perfect every time? No, but definitely doesn't hurt. So if you take the time to color code a weekly and a daily set of support and resistance levels and trade nothing but your levels, I bet you'll notice a 100% difference in your confidence and your charting. And that's as simple as it is. You literally just take, I got a short dash pink line for my daily and a long dash blue line for my weekly. One thing you can do for the daily is you can actually use the 4-hour chart. Sometimes that gives a little bit of a clearer picture to plot your daily levels. And the great thing about this is once you have all these horizontals, a lot of the time, once you take your basic, trend line, your basic uptrend, a lot of the time what you'll see is price will naturally start to just contract into your triangles and into the patterns that you all know and love. So, I mean, this is pretty much how I do it. So just a quick recap. Start with your weekly, pick a color, pick a style, go down to your daily, pick a color, pick a style, and then once you top down approach into your smaller time frames, if you get a giant push, 10% push into a weekly resistance without stopping, it's a pretty likely chance you're going to see some kind of profit taking or pullback. So take this video how you will. It's something that's really helped me. Hope you get something out of it. See you in the next video.